Are protecting characters for the BurlaCAD format, the CSG and the BRP. Mentioned previously the two basic approaches for the following: their CGS and BRP. CSG modeling is object represented bowling combination, simple primitive shapes, few cylindricals, cones, and BRP modeling is an object representing the surface of the fastest triangle spines and stitched together to complete the enclosing the object. For example, the shown figure 1 of the geometrical represents with a simple extrusion die. The material manufactured CSG model might subtract the cone from the cylinder to achieve the desired shape. Alternatively, the BRP might achieve the same shape of the joining several surfaces. Most of the major commercial solid marketing packages currently use the distribution of the Pro Engineering Company of the Pro E, Unigraphics, etc. But the BRP approach, although it does have the CSG capability, the BurlaCAD, on the other hand, is primary CSG modeling system with some of the BRP capability. The conversion of the curve of the CSG and the BRP would typically involve the lowest common denominator. Rendered image of the extrusion die also show the CSG approaching in which the cone is subtracted from the cylinder, and the BRP approaches with the four surfaces stitched together. BurlaCAD simple type of the burlap is available on the form of the triangle with the bag of the triangle. Primitive, the BRP with the object of the triangle, the burlap cab, the representative the exact duplicate mode for the BRAP object consisted of the smooth curved surface with the BurlaCAD triangle representations of approximation of the object. Note that the approximation must be made with the close of the true surface that's desired at the cost of a more smaller triangle. See Figure 2, TANBM 2001. Higher degree with the smoothness means greater impact of the file size and performance of the application trying the employ of all the triangles. Because of the most commercial CAD systems that have the capability of producing tessellated approximation of the BRE object from the converted BRLE CADs of the form of the Pro Engineering and the Unigraphic to take advantage of these capabilities. As been previously stated, the STL format represented the solid object entirely with the triangles off of the community and universal L, be a crude way to convert BurlaCAD geometry with the Viva GL geometry STL converted to nearly any commercial CAD system. The more smaller triangle will give it the closer approximation with the curved surface, but at cost of the stored surface space and program performance. Approximating smooth curved surface left and the bowling your bowling bag of triangles on the right. Our BRE boundary representative terminology. Boundary representative can take us up the although the terms of these forms sometimes interchangeable, the following if to provide some of the key statistics: polygon, faceted geometry, the type of the boundary representing the geometry representing the object, collecting the plane with the bound with the close path of the line, polygon, trigon, special triangle, special type of the polygon that has sides, no uniform rational B-spline or NURB surface, and a piecewise polynomial representation, smooth and curved surfaces, bag of triangles or BOT, barrel CAD primitive, the connections of the collection of the triangles that give it the package, you leave it the boundary representing the capability of the approximate solve of the geometry. In the end, there's a benefit of the boundary representing the methodology, easy to use software availability, compatibility, BurlaCAD developers vulnerability analysis of the CAS CSG modeling basic approach for the term models accuracy, storage efficiency, precision analysis, and speed. CSG versus boundary representative. Depending on the one point of view, the advantage of the disadvantage with the CSG and the boundary representative, although the right approach for the given project ultimately depends on the specific model, purpose of the hardware, software availability, compatibility with the other use of the following areas of the conservative achieving the CSG of the boundary representative. Real if the dudes of the model need the approximate real material density, thickness, volume, without the realistic appearance of the other surfaces with more important resolution, geometrically precise, the more models will be. For example, radial cross-section study with the sensitive of the surface detail, ballistic penetration knowledge usually are not. Research with how much disk space for the memory of the will not be needed with the stored geometry data structure, in time how much CPU time is needed to read, write, process the model, and how much more user time will it need to understand, modify, to conduct analysis with it. Figure 2.2 pre-release the 6.0 database current value of the reach for the pre-CAD 6.0 nearly early new BurlaCAD database format was introduced. Additional capabilities provided the new format and include unlimited data length object with the attribute of the main machine independent of the IEEE floating point architectures, reduced disk space, requirements of opaque binary object capability, hide object format, information native, new database format, Butler 2003. Older BurlaCAD database has been upgraded with the current database with the format, even though the down upgrade with the execute the command with the following command at the command level. Database upgrade old format the current format. G command read the input database input G database older format. Write the new output database later format. Remember the Berlicad geometry files are designed by the G suffix databases converted to the command to discuss the following G to represent the Berlicad file format. All right, what about the database old format? Although the database created with the Berlicad release this going with the new format, the default of the Berlicad retained with the ability to work with the old format. The new database should be announced because about the loss of the losing of the database old format. Whenever the new database format is implemented in the future, the typical rare event with the database upgrade, you'll be utility notified with as well be able to upgrade with the database in the current format. 2.3 converters convertibly available with the Berlicad. The table 1 show with the CAD formats for the Berlicad currently a convertible imports to exports. Show the import capabilities and export capabilities. ACAD, ACST, AutoCAD DXS, LCM neutral, faceted, Euclid fast generation. I guess Jack Nastro, No Pro, STN Tank Kill, Unigraphics, Viewpoint, VRML, Waterfront Objects, X3D. Chapter 3, converting from AC2, ASC2.